So welcome to my new video. Our today's question is convert integer to the sum of two no zero integers. So you can read the question. I am going to explain you question first before starting the actual solution. Okay, so they are saying you are given a number integer n and you have to split that number into two numbers a and b, and there are two conditions like a plus b is equal to n. This is the first condition they are given, and the second condition is kind of tricky. So a is not a and b, like both numbers are not equal, not no zero integers. Okay, so both numbers are must be no zero integers, and no zero integer means, let me explain you what no zero integers means. Okay, let's see, we are converting this number into a and b. Okay, so let's see, this is like first 5, then second is 15. Okay, okay, sorry, second is 10. Okay, 5 is no, there is no zero occurrence in 5, so this is okay. But for 10, in its decimal representation, we have to check every unit place. Okay, for like this unit place, this is 0, so this is not valid. Okay, so this combination is not valid if like number is 1099. Okay, so we have to check every unit place, this unit place, this unit place, this and this. If any in any unit place, if there is 0, this is not a valid number. Okay, so this 19, this is not 0, so this is valid. This is not 0, this is valid. But this 0 is, there is 0, so this is not valid. So we can't consider this number as a non-zero integer. Okay, so let's see how we can solve this question. This is the question. Okay, so my first approach is very simple. If let's see n is equal to 10, so how I can divide this number into two parts? I am going to simply write 6 comma 6, right? If the number was like odd, then the first number is n by 2 and second number is n by 2 plus 1. Okay, but this is not going to work for n is equal to 20. Why? Because I am going to partition n by 2, n by 2, 10 and 10, and 10 is not no integer. Okay, this is contains 0, so this is not valid. So we have to try all the possible values of a and b. So how we can do, like a and b. Okay, let's see, a is equal to 1, so what is b? Sum of the two numbers is equal to 15, so 15 minus 1 is 14. Okay, so we can try out all the possible values of a, so from 1 to 15. Okay, so we can simply run a loop like I is equal to 1 to 15. Okay, if a is I, what is b? What is b? B is nothing but n minus I. Okay, because the sum of the both numbers are equal to 15. Okay, so we have like every possible pair of a and b. Then we are going to check helper function if this number contains any zero or not. Okay, a, and for helper function form b. Okay, if this function returns true, I am going to write this function afterwards. Okay, then we have to simply returns array of a and b. And what now, let's write helper function. Okay, how we are going to check if this number contains 0 or not. Okay, let's say we are taking like 1099. How we can check this number? We have to check every unit place. Okay, so what we can do, we can simply divide this number. Okay, like let's see, this number is num. Okay, so how we can take like remainder? We have to take remainder, right? So we just, if we mod it by 10, if we mod this number by 10, we get 9. Okay, we get 9, and we have to check if 9 is equal to 0. This is not equal to 0. Okay, so we check this number. Now for next 9, how we can check? We can simply divide this number by 10. Okay, if we divide it by 10, the number becomes, now the number becomes 109. Okay, right? Next time. Okay, so next time the remainder is also 9, so 9 is not equal to 0. Okay, so now for next time we have to check this 0. So we are again divide this number by 10. Okay, again divide by number by 10. Okay, so now our remainder is 0. Okay, and 0 is equal to 0, so we are simply going to return true. Okay, return true, no, return false, sorry, return false. And for how much we are going to run this loop, like we are writing while the number is greater than 0. Okay, until that we are going to check if at any point the remainder value is equal to like remainder value is equal to 0, we are simply going to return false. Okay, because like we have to check every unit place. Okay, we have to check every unit place, and if any at any unit place we got 0, we have to return false. Okay, so let's code this solution. So our solution is like, we have to run a loop from I equal to 1 and I less than equal to n I plus plus. Okay, so our a value is I, our b value is n minus I. Okay, n minus I is our b value. Okay, so now we have to check if helper function. Okay, this helper function a for a and also helper function for b. Okay, like let's see, the function name was, we can write like 0 contains 0. Okay, contains 0, more appropriate name. Okay, if this function will tell us if this number contains any 0 or not. Okay, so contains 0. If both functions are given true, that means we can simply return value of a and b. New int of a comma b. Okay, that we can simply return. Okay, now we have to write the function. This is like boolean function. Boolean contains and number. Okay, so while the number is greater than 0, we have to check every unit place. Okay, so remainder is nothing but number mod 10. This is remainder. Okay, and we have to check if like remainder, if it is equal to 0, that means this is not a valid. Okay, we have to return false. And if we have for next unit place, how we can check, we can simply divide number by 10. Okay, this is how we divide the number, and if we check all the unit place and if it is not written in as false, that means this is not contains any 0, so we have to return true. Okay, and at the end we have to return new int of 0. Okay, this is like, this line never get executed because the test cases are generated so that there at least one valid solution. So we are returning our answer from this line, but we have to return this line also. So let's try to run it. If you like the video, then like, share, subscribe, and if you have any comment, then comment. Now let's try to submit it. Yeah, it gets submitted and it is beats 100% of the users, right? And there is also one trick to solve this question, guys. Okay, contains 0, we don't have to write this function. Okay, in string there is a function, the dot contains. Okay, so we can simply convert this number into string dot value of a, and now we can simply write contains 0. Okay, if this string does not contain 0, that means this is valid. Okay, and also we can write for b also. Okay, we have to check for two numbers. Okay, if this is valid, like what this function do, this convert this number into string, and then there is a function called contains. This will check if this number contains 0 or not. If this is both numbers doesn't contain 0, that means both numbers are no zero integers, right? Both numbers are no zero integers, and we can simply return a and b. So let's try to submit it. If you have any suggestion, then do comment. If you like the video, like, share, and subscribe. Okay, it is accepted. Thank you so much for watching.